All right, y'all. So taking a look at some old maps today. I'm just re-recording this video. I didn't have the best tone of voice in the previous video. So here we have a plan of the city of New York and its environs by John Montresor, engineer, surveyed in the winter 1766. So you see here we have a compass rose. True north is this way. Magnetic north aligns with the compass rose. So going magnetic south here. We are looking at the southern tip of what's now modern Manhattan. And so if we look at the far tip, you can see this structure here that in the reference is labeled as Fort George. And so this Fort George is no longer in existence, but as you can see, it's a massive building, taken up just as big as like a whole city block, just this one building. And in the traditional star fort pattern, you have all these angles that give you the best vantage point for protection, defense, offense, etc. And you can even see along the edge of the coast that same star fort angles has been applied here. So this is all one congruous building, um, city planning. And so moving on, you can see Broadway pretty much leads right to the Star Fort. And so um, when we look north of the city, 1766, it's still a lot of rural, what looks like farmland, maybe some forest land, etc., more forest, some hills. And as we continue north, we arrive at this road. Now, this says Road to the Obelisk. And so when we scroll up here, we see this image that's representing the obelisk, and underneath it says obelisk. I'm not sure what that says in the what looks like memory of, I think that's General Wolf something. And so supposedly this obelisk is in memory of this general. Now, it sounds like a very unlikely story. One, because the colonial occupants who are here from whether it's the Netherlands, England, etc., they don't have much of a history of building obelisks. Now, you will see at grave sites small obelisks placed a lot, like instead of headstones, a lot of times for like Freemasons. And as the obelisk relates to Egypt, this obelisk here is out of place in America at this time when supposedly um, all you have here are some so-called Native Americans living very primal lives, and then you have these colonists coming in here who supposedly built this city. However, as most of us would know, the city was in place prior to the colonization. And likewise, this obelisk was here prior to colonization. And just to show how prominent this obelisk is, here we can see on this map, only certain cities are listed. So here we have Hoboken, still a major city. Here we have Barbados, which when I looked in the modern maps, I couldn't find Barbados. But as you can see, that was a major city. And Barbados relating to the barbarians that they called the Moors, that the Moors had been known as the Barbary coast, etc. So moving on, you can see in this map that's surveyed in 1767, which really just looks like this guy copied the other guy's map. And then he stops before we get to the obelisk. So a bit unusual. However, as we continue onto this map, so this is 25 miles round, drawn by a gentleman from the city. So here in New York, as you could see, only the major cities are being mentioned. So again, you have Hoboken, Barbados again, Bergen, Newark. These are major cities. Hackensack, and just so of all the things to mention, you have Obelisk written right here, and look how big that's drawn. Like you have a whole city block over here, and then you have an obelisk. That's how massive this obelisk was. Now, clearly, this obelisk has been removed. There's other obelisks that's been placed in Manhattan. They say came from Egypt across the Atlantis and other places. However, you can see here in America ancient indigenous obelisks. So, just something to take note of. I appreciate y'all watching this video. I'm going to be doing more videos like this, so stay tuned. All right, y'all. Peace.